Hello and welcome to the Best Boys podcast. I'm Danny.
And I'm Vince.
So this has become like a every other week thing, which that's fine. Gives us more time to watch things.
Yes.
So what have you watched?
Alright, so I'm looking at Netflix.
Name all of them.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Exact names.
But I'm looking at Netflix, and I've watched The Invasion with Nicole Kidman. That was a weird movie. It wasn't very good, but it wasn't horrible. I've watched Revenge of the Bridesmaids with Raven Simone.
Okay.
Oh, what was the other one? Oh, I watched High School Musicals 1 and 2. And I've watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I watched a couple Jennifer Aniston movies. I cannot remember their names right now. What have you watched?
I watched all of Twin Peaks season 1 and 2 and the movie Fire Walk with Me. It's a 90s show. They just started a new season on Showtime. I watched all of Riverdale, and by God, if that might not be my new favorite show.
What is Riverdale about exactly?
It's based in the Archie Comics universe. Like, all the characters are from the Archie Comics, and a murder happens. And they're trying to figure out who it is, but then it's like a bunch of teen drama stuff, too.
Of course.
And then I also saw Wonder Woman.
How?
On Friday.
How was that?
It was great.
That's what I've heard. There's a second person who I've talked to who's seen it, and that you both have said great.
I think everyone has said it's great. And I don't think anyone's been like, it was bad.
Well, coming from you with your opinion of DC movies, it's something.
Opinion. It's not an opinion of DC movies. Very clearly, because this was good. It's an opinion of not well-made movies.
Which are mostly DC movies.
Well, directed
by Zack Snyder. We know.
There you go. Speaking of DC and speaking of Zack Snyder, I think literally the day after I posted, or after we recorded the podcast, Zack Snyder dropped out of directing Justice League because his daughter died.
Oh.
I think literally
it is really sad.
A lot of the podcasts I said he needs to stop, and then that happens, and that's why he stops, and it's just like, oh, now I feel like an asshole.
Yeah. It's like, make one more. It's okay.
Hope the best for his family, for him and his wife. No parent should ever lose a child. Anyways, let's get away from sad news. Get on some happy news. Like, the Dooku, the Dark Universe Cinematic Universe, added 2 more monster movies. So they already have Bride of Frankenstein as their next one after The Mummy. Then The Invisible Man, Van Helsing, The Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon. But they have added The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
And The Phantom of the Opera. So we already know that Javier Bardem is going to be Frankenstein. We know Johnny Depp is the Invisible Man. Russell Crowe is Dr. Jekyll.
Actually, I was talking about The Mummy. I saw a commercial for The Mummy again yesterday, and I was saying, like, I don't know how I would really like this movie, because it doesn't look very good to me. And I liked the ones with Brendan Fraser a lot. And then it says he's supposedly doing a movie, not released yet a date or even a year.
I know he was just cast in something.
Yeah, the story of the story of some name. I'm gonna pull it up on my.
The story of some name.
I'll find it real quick here.
Well, there's a couple rumors for who they want cast as people. Like, for the Bride of Frankenstein, it's rumored that they want, like, Angelina Jolie or Scarlett Johansson. Which I say go with Angelina Jolie, because Scarlett Johansson is not that good of a lead actress, as you can see from such movies as Lucy and Ghost in the Shell doing so well. And then for the Wolfman, they apparently want Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
as the Wolfman.
Yeah, which I would hate.
I don't think that's not a role for him,
because it'd be serious, and he's not good with being completely serious. Also, the Wolfman shouldn't just be a buff guy because buff guy.
Yeah. So the movie that I saw, it's called The Legend of William Tell, and he's just, like, so far the only one said to be playing in it. But it says, the thing on IMDb, it's renowned archer and war hero William Tell is forced to rise up against the invading Austrians who threaten his lands and family. So it sounds like it could be a good role for him, and I would like to see that one if if they actually go through with it, because there's not even a release year yet for it.
Yeah, hopefully Brendan Fraser can come back to our lives.
He's looking good.
Depends on when that was taken.
True.
Did you hear about The Rock and the Baywatch and the critics controversy thing that happened when
No.
when Baywatch came out? So Baywatch came out to very bad reviews. I think it has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, but a 66 from fans. Keep that in mind. And I think the box office for it was somewhat fine. As of yesterday, they have made 43. Okay, it's a bomb. They have made 43 million domestic with a budget of 69 million. So that has started the controversy of critics are ruining movies now by giving them bad reviews, because Baywatch had a bad review and did bad at the box office. Pirates of the Caribbean had bad reviews and did bad at the box office. 117 million with a 230 million budget. So The Rock went on for lack of a better word, he went on a Trump-esque Twitter rant with tweets like, fans, all caps, love the movie. Critics hate it. What a glaring disconnect. People just want to laugh and have fun. Oh boy, critics had their venom and knives ready. Fans love the movie. Huge positive scores, big disconnect with critics and people. Bold move from the critics who watched Baywatch with other critics who laughed their asses off, but then they decided to trash it publicly. People peeing themselves from laughing has been reported in theaters across the country. It's better than the alternative. That's a fucking lie. No one pissed their pants watching Baywatch. Thanks, man, and glad you love the movie. It is a consensus of the people. Crushing it is my jam. Fans across the country having a blast and loving Baywatch. Very happy audiences equals best part of my job. Hard work and dream team who love making movies for fans. So at whatever this guy's name, whoever this is, big he gotta bend down, and at Bo Flynn with the sexy cheese grin. So The Rock, after I read this, I did some homework. I looked at his Rotten Tomatoes overall, like all his movies on here. And Baywatch isn't his worst one yet. So Baywatch, 20%. San Andreas, 48%. Pain and Gain, 49%. G.I. Joe Retaliation, 29%. Snitch, 56%, that's fine. Journey to the Mysterious Island, 43%. Faster, 43%.
Snitch actually got 56%.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that movie.
The Tooth Fairy, 18%. Planet 51, 21%. Race to Witch Mountain. So, he has more rotten movies than fresh movies on Rotten Tomatoes. But I think his Twitter rant is because he has more writing on this, since I'm pretty sure he's a producer on it. So he put a lot of money into this. Why would The Rock freak out so much? Otherwise.
That's true, yeah.
What I've heard, it was bad. I had friends see it. They said it was bad.
I had a friend see it who thought it was actually really funny. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
Yeah, he's an executive producer, so he put a lot of money towards this. That's one of those things where he's such a, everyone loves him. Highest paid actor. Has to complain about his movie getting bad reviews. Dude, you're getting a fuck ton of money anyways.
Yeah.
Don't complain about what people say about your movie. Who cares? People that like you are gonna see the movie anyways. People that want to see the movie are gonna see it anyways. The only people that aren't gonna see it are people like me who are doesn't look good. That's not my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. They got the people that were gonna see it to see it. Critics had nothing to do with people not going to the movies.
I still want to go see Pirates of the Caribbean.
I heard it was the best Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But it has. Let's see what they gave it on here real quick, so 70% of audiences liked it. It has a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. The subtitle of the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie is "Dead Men Tell No Tales." The moral of the movie, alas, is that the same cannot be said of a dead franchise. So it's I think it's just people that think they should stop making them. I get that.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was his last. I think this was the last one that they're doing.
Hopefully.
That's what I heard. It's the final, the finale of the Pirates series.
Because you can't. I would, if I was making a movie, if I was doing a movie franchise, and I was, this is the fifth one, right?
Yes.
If I made a fourth one that had only like one lead character that was the same person, and the rest were also some of the supporting characters were the same, and it got like the worst reviews. I'd be like, probably shouldn't keep doing this.
But they also brought back like the whole cast apparently.
Yeah, for this one they did.
For the last one,
Yeah.
so.
But
which is probably what makes it so much better
yeah,
because
which is probably why people like it.
And you have like all the like most of the original cast, and yeah, like I think and that's kind of probably why I'm gonna like it a lot because I love Orlando Bloom in movies. He's just got a good like just him in general is just he's good. And then you bring back just everybody and it kind of just makes it a little bit better. End it how you first saw it.
Yeah, so Johnny Depp hopefully is done with one dead franchise.
So he can go kill another?
Hopefully he won't kill this one, because Fantastic Beasts is casting teen versions.
Yeah, I was...
Of Albus Dumbledore, Newt Scamander, and more. This article literally just has how to apply to be in the movie.
Oh, nice.
If you fit the criteria... As for the opening casting call, here are a few details you need. For the roles of Newt, Leto Lestrange, and Sebastian... Who's Sebastian? And why do we need to know who he is? Just Sebastian, I guess. Applicants should be between 13 and 16 years old. Sorry. Meanwhile, applicants for Grindelwald and Dumbledore should be between 16 and 18. Sorry.
I'm 18.
By the time this is filming...
Oh, yeah, because 19 is going to be a real big difference.
Yeah. All applicants need to be eligible to work in the UK, which means you must have a UK, Irish, or EU passport, and be available for production from August through November of this year. No acting experience is required. If you fit these criteria, please email casting.that email, even though people can just go to this article and read it, with a recent color photograph, no older than 2 months. Telephone number, home address, and birth date. If you're under 18, make sure you have a parent or guardians send the application for you. The deadline to apply is Tuesday, June 20th at midnight GMT. You'll hear back within 14 days of submitting whether there is interest. Otherwise, you'll just have to keep waiting for your big break.
I like that they are asking for people who haven't...
Yeah, for just anyone.
Yeah,
anyone can do it.
Like having no experience.
Well, you don't want to see Tom Holland play
Newt Scamander.
Well, no, he's not between 13 and 16. True. Actually, he's probably he's like in his 20s.
Yeah, he just looks really.
But young. he could play like an 18-year-old, 16 to 18-year-old, like he is in Spider-Man. But I think that's pretty cool that they're gonna get some new faces. Hopefully, that won't be the worst part of the movie. When they do flashbacks to them as teenagers and children and whatnot. But speaking of Tom Holland, he has been cast to play Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movies.
No.
Which I think is a really weird casting choice. Because if you look at Nathan Drake and how he is, and then just Tom Holland, how old is Nathan Drake supposed to be?
I'm just gonna look at what this guy looks like. All right.
He's supposed to be 34. Tom Holland is 21.
But he kind of looks like him. A little bit.
I don't see it. But I just think that's a weird casting choice. Like, just, first off, Tom Holland probably can't grow facial hair. I don't know. I just don't think he's the right fit for, like, what I see as that character. You know what I mean? He just doesn't seem... Spider-Man is perfect because he's supposed to be a teenager, yada, yada, yada.
We should just get this guy to do it.
Nolan North, voice actor.
Voice actor.
That's the thing with movies and video games turning into movies is, like, you can't get the voice actor to do it.
Yeah.
Because they either can't actually act, they can't actually, like, do the physical stuff, or they don't look like them at all either.
Which... That is actually the one kind of good thing that Assassin's Creed did, though, with having, like, a completely different story.
Yeah.
Because they didn't rely on any of the voices of game characters. Or they didn't need those at all.
Yeah.
So that was actually one of the good things that Assassin's Creed had.
Mm-hmm. Like with Ghost in the Shell, obviously Japanese anime, they're not going to get those actors to be in the movie. But for the dub, since it was an American movie, they got the Japanese voice actors from the anime to do the dub.
Oh, that's cool.
That which was like made me. I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch the Japanese dub, and then I was like, no, I won't. I won't watch this movie anyways. Maybe he'll be good. I mean, he'll probably be good, but we'll have to see when that movie even comes out. Because video game movies have a very bad history. Usually they don't reach expectations. Like, everyone wants them to be exactly like the video game, but then they're just trying to tell a different story, and everyone is very sad.
Apparently, he was the voice. Nolan North was the voice actor for Assassin's Creed. Desmond Miles.
I would say we can talk about Wonder Woman stuff, but you haven't seen it. Just that, spoilers, there's a sequel coming. And they got the same director to come back to do it.
That's probably good, though.
And I think this is the highest grossing female-directed movie of all time, which, congratulations. Honestly, there was one review, I remember there was a lot of heat behind New York Magazine. The only grace note in the generally clunky Wonder Woman is its star, the 5'10" Israeli actress and model Gal Gadot, who is somehow the perfect blend of super babe in the woods innocence and mouthiness. She's a treat here with her raspy accent voice and driving delivery. Israeli women are a breed unto themselves, which I say with both admiration and trepidation. Fans, that was one part that people were mad about, because obviously, this is another part. Fans might be disappointed that there is no trace of the comic's well-documented S&M kinkiness with the female director Patty Jenkins at the helm. Diana isn't even photographed to eclectic slobbers. I didn't miss Linda Carter's buxom apple-cheeked pinup, though it was worth waiting for Godot. So, she wasn't sexualized enough for this guy.
Yeah, actually, one friend who saw it, that I asked him how he liked it, and he said he could have gone without, like, the feminist stuff that was put into it.
That was the whole point of the movie. It was like a...
Yeah, he said he could have gone without that in the movie, but it is what it is.
That's the whole Wonder Woman character, though.
Yeah, I know.
She's the powerful woman who can do all the same, if not better, stuff than all these guy superheroes.
Yeah.
And the only parts I could go without are spoiler scenes. Well, it's like at the beginning. Not really at the beginning, but like it's not a spoiler. There's a scene where her and Chris Pine's character talk about sex and how men aren't needed for pleasure, and he's like, no, and I'm like, we don't need this. We don't need to be sexual or talking. Stop trying to be not PG, not trying to not be Marvel, but trying to be funny at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like the strong female lead message of it, though. It was a lot of men were mad that it was very women are strong is the forefront. And yeah, the Alamo Drafthouse did a day, I think before the movie came out, where they teamed up with Warner Brothers, and they were gonna do only women can come watch it. It's gonna be like it's like a safe viewing, only women working, only women showing it. I was like, okay, cool, whatever, you can do that. Who's mad about that? Well, obviously, because it's sexist towards men to say you can't come see this. Men were getting very angry, and they were getting bomb threats because of it.
Oh, jeez.
But we don't talk about that kind of issues. We only talk about movies here. That's the most we'll talk about it, is if it's related to movies.
Have you seen the trailer for the movie The House with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler?
I have purposefully not watched that trailer, but I know what you're talking about.
I watched it because the guy who runs the house is in Dirty Grandpa, and I love his character. He's just really funny. And I think it's his voice or like how he talks that makes me laugh so much. And there's like a thing on here, like he's gonna take you on a tour through the house. But I think the trailer is really funny. For like I think so. I mean, why didn't you want to watch it? Is it because of Will Ferrell or? It
doesn't look like my kind of movie. It looks like what was the movie with Bryan Cranston? Why Him? Like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Where it's just like a bunch of dirty comedy.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like it's like that's all it is.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the
Kind of like
majority
Step
of it.
Brothers. How I hate Step Brothers.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the majority of this. I guarantee it.
But hey, go see that movie. Go like that movie. It's not my decision to do that for people. I'm trying to not always be like, hey, you have to hate this movie. But can we just talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
Transformers, The Last Night. Can we talk about this poster that's right here?
Yeah, I see it.
What do you think is what do you think about this poster?
I don't understand.
Do you think it's good?
I mean, it's a poster.
What's that?
It's a dragon.
Okay, just making sure. It
kind of looks like a Hydra type dragon thing.
It's a bad poster.
I'm so confused about this movie because so I know I haven't seen
Yeah.
the last one or maybe the last two. I don't even know how many there are before this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm confused about this movie because it's called The Last Night. It's supposed to be about like ancient stuff.
It's from the last trailer I saw. There's a trailer before Wonder Woman. There's like really loose connections to the Transformers and to King Arthur.
Okay.
There's connection there for some reason.
Okay, so and that's the only reason why
that's what I'm
because it's still based in the like current year or world, you know.
Mm.
So that's why I'm so thrown off by this movie, and I don't understand what's going on.
I know there's a scene where Mark Wahlberg sword fights with somebody. I think a Transformer. And if Mark Wahlberg doesn't lose that sword fight to a giant robot, then what's the point? I don't know. Ever since that first trailer, I have hated this movie. The first trailer where they're like, what's his name? What's the main robot's name? Why am I...
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime is gone. He's dead. And then literally not even like 5 seconds later, Optimus Prime's trying to kill Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
It's like, well, you guys are good. Trailers recently have been really good with keeping their twists hidden in the movies. Like the Mummy trailer. They show, in one of the Mummy trailers, you know how they show her eyes splitting?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they show Tom Cruise's eyes doing that. You know, that thing that would probably be a really good twist in the movie. But if you've seen any of the trailers... Oh, actually, the good trailer I saw was they showed the Justice League trailer, and Superman wasn't in that trailer once. They cut a good trailer. Because that is something that maybe they might do. Because, spoilers for Batman vs. Superman, Superman's not dead.
Yeah.
Obviously he's not dead. That's been like the whole thing. He was at Comic-Con, they've done all that stuff. But if people don't follow movie news like that, and they just see the trailers on TV and go, oh, that's something I want to see. If they see, oh, Superman's alive, after seeing, it's kind of a spoiler.
Yeah, I think, but didn't, at the end of Batman vs. Superman, like, something with the coffin or something?
Yeah, shook.
Yeah. So, so you're saying because they haven't had Superman in the Justice League trailer, that's a good thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree. But but I have a feeling they're gonna, like, before it comes out, like, they're gonna throw him in there, like, for...
You can throw him in a trailer in, like, a fight scene. That, I wouldn't do that. I don't want, like, that, because if him being in the movie halfway through and then he shows up, they'd be like, oh, cool. But don't do the thing that some movies do, where they show the scene where he comes back. Like, oh, you're waiting for him to come back. Like, this scene is the one that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling he's probably not gonna be there until closer to the end. Kind of like Wonder Woman in Batman vs. Superman. I feel like it's gonna be kind of like that.
Since that after trailer thing for Batman vs. Superman was the thing shaking, Wonder Woman, no after credits thing, don't wait. Never wait. When I went to the theater, I bought the tickets, as I usually do, back middle seats at the AMC, so everyone is fully reclined. So everyone is sitting there waiting for the credits to end. And I was literally, like, I had to be like, there's nothing after the credits. You guys, we can leave. There's nothing after the credits. Also, me and Mitch, who I went there to see it with, got the movie before ours was supposed to start at 7:45, and ours was at 11. And we got there at like 11:40, so we went into the theater, but the movie was still going on. So we saw literally like right before the credits that scene. But it's like not spoilers or anything for anything that happens in the movie. So we sat through the credits and waited, and we saw there was nothing after the credits, which we already knew because the director said there wasn't going to be anything after the credits. people have posted that there's nothing after the credits. There's nothing after the credits. Don't wait. It's not Marvel. I really don't want DC to do the after credits thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just them.
It's better if you do it like kind of how Batman vs Superman did, where like that wasn't after credits, was it?
It was like during. It was like after like the Wonder Woman Wonder Woman came on the screen. It's after it said the Batman vs Superman, and then it did like a couple credits, and then it showed it.
Yeah.
Like
see,
how
I like
Doctor Strange did that.
I like it when it does that, but it should be like. But I like how they only did it for a few seconds, right? Mm-hmm. That's good. Like just kind of
don't do a whole scene.
Yeah, sneak peek.
Don't pull a Guardians of the Galaxy
or even Doctor Strange. They like
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 apparently has like 5 credit scenes.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, like they're like, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of them are, but I know that people were like, God, I just want to leave.
Yeah, but you obviously know what the next Doctor Strange movie is gonna be because of how like it gave you like a 2-minute end scene like that. Now I kind of want to go home and watch Batman vs Superman, even though it's not very good.
Anyways, thank you for listening. Please remember to rate and review us on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at Best Boys Podcast. Email us, bestboyspodcast@gmail.com. Give us your questions. Give us things to talk about. Give us movie suggestions. Your thoughts on anything we've talked about. And just don't wait after the credits.